The motion upon reconsideration is agreed to.
This morning, progress in Washington, the late-night vote toward reopening the government, and a new twist in the legal battle over SNAP benefits.
Plus, the nation's highest court could announce plans on a possible same-sex marriage appeal. Ahead, what's changed since it originally decided on the issue.
And got some old skis or boots laying around, how you could help someone else hit the slopes this season.
Well, good Monday morning. Happy work week. You guys got this.
Happy work week, everybody.
It's Friday for me, so waking up with a smile and getting you guys ready to go to work.
Your Friday. Tomorrow's your Saturday. Good stuff. Nice and cold for you to start your weekend.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Jacob, tell me what the temperatures are. How am I spending my Saturday?
It is going to be a little bit better for your Saturday, but still pretty cold. Now, today is certainly going to be cold, similar to yesterday. Right now, the temperatures are in the 20s, a few areas in the teens further to the north and northeast. But we are seeing just a little bit of wind. Now, the winds are not too breezy. If you step outside, they may not be super noticeable, but because we're seeing those cold temperatures, just a little bit of wind is causing very cold wind chills, which is pretty much what our bodies feel like when we're outside. Lower teens, single digits for some areas. Right now, the feels like is 10 in Madison. Now, as we take a look at the current radar, our area not seeing snowfall, but we continue to see that lake effect snow to the southeast, bringing some snowfall to Kenosha. I don't have any reports yet, but I do expect to see a few inches of snow has already fallen there, and looks like there's going to be more lake effect snow for a few more hours. But that snow is going to clear out quickly, and our area not expected to see snow today. Could see snow later tonight, but as we look at the bus stop forecast, it will be dry. Cold start to the day, 20s with teens for feels like, and then the feels like temperatures are only going to warm up into the 20s for the afternoon as actual highs will stay in the 30s, and it will remain just a little bit breezy throughout the day. But I'll track that snowfall later tonight, coming up a bit later.
And we'll be checking in shortly. Thanks, Jacob. Today, the government shutdown enters day 41, but developing out of Washington, there could be an end this week.
After 14 failed votes since the start of the shutdown, the Senate passed a bill late last night. It's now headed to the House for a vote. Democrats had demanded any funding package include expiring health care subsidies. This new deal grants them a vote next month on extending those tax credits. It all comes as SNAP payments are in limbo this morning for millions of Americans. Friday, states began issuing full monthly SNAP benefits after a federal judge ordered the Trump administration to provide the funds. Then, that night, Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson temporarily paused that judicial order. And over the weekend, the Trump administration then ordered the states to take the SNAP money back.
At the end of the day, they are people who are seniors and veterans and families with children and working families that really are just looking for some answers.
Would this be a deal breaker?
Governor Evers refusing to follow that directive set by the USDA to rescind all SNAP payments. The state released food share early morning on Friday after that federal judge's order to release payments in full. In response to the orders to rescind those, Evers posted a photo saying no, adding in the caption, pursuant to and consistent with an active court order, Wisconsin legally loaded benefits to cards, ensuring nearly 700,000 Wisconsinites, including 270,000 kids, had access to basic food and groceries. He went on to say that they're eager for the court to resolve the issue by directing the Trump administration to comply with court orders and provide the certainty to the many Wisconsin families and businesses who rely on food share. CBS News is reporting this morning that the USDA is also threatening to impose financial penalties for states that don't comply.
As this story develops and we continue to learn more about the USDA's decision, you can get the latest updates sent straight to your phone with the Channel 3000 News apps. It's free to download wherever you get your apps. Search Channel 3000 in the App Store. The Supreme Court set to have a busy day today as it plans to hear arguments in a controversial case and announce next case plans. One of those cases could be a possible appeal to same-sex marriage. The court originally allowed same-sex couples across the nation to get married a decade ago, back when the court had more liberal justices. Now the more conservative court is looking into an appeal by Kim Davis, a former Kentucky clerk who refused to issue same-sex marriage licenses due to her religious beliefs. This appeal is one of dozens of cases the justices discussed on in a private meeting last week. However, this meeting does not mean they'll take up the cases.
This comes as the nation's highest court also set to hear arguments on if a devout Rastafarian can sue the prison official who cut his dreadlocks. The case comes 5 years after Damon Landor was transferred to a central Louisiana prison and was forced to have his knee-high length dreadlocks shaved off. Landor was also holding a copy of a ruling that allowed Rastafarians to have dreadlocks. He then filed a lawsuit under a law intended to protect prisoners' religious beliefs.
In international news, in eastern Ukraine, a Russian drone struck a tower, killing 3 and injuring 12. The Saturday attack in Ukraine's fourth largest city was a part of a large Russian missile and drone barrage. This happened across the country and targeted infrastructure. This as fighting for the strategic city of Pokrovsk in eastern Ukraine has reached a key stage. Both Kiev and Moscow are vying to persuade President Donald Trump that they can win on the battlefield.
In response to the deadly UPS plane crash in Kentucky, the FAA is now grounding all MD-11 cargo planes for urgent inspections. Investigators reveal the plane's left engine came off during takeoff, a flaw that may affect similar models. The FAA emphasizes the grounding is a precautionary measure.
Today is the 250th birthday of the Marines. On November 10th, 1775, John Adams drafted a resolution that created the Continental Marines. Each state is celebrating in their own special way this month, and the U.S. Mint has unveiled a special commemorative coin to honor the rich history of the Marines. Currently, there are more than 200,000 active duty and reserve Marines.
More local news now. Are your skis ready for the winter? Well, if you still need a pair or are looking to get rid of some, look no further. The largest ski resale in Wisconsin is set to return for its 61st annual event next month. Talking about the Hoofer Ski and Snowboard Club offering up a chance to buy and sell discounted gear for all ages before the winter season starts. People can drop off items like snowboards, helmets, jackets, Nordic skis, downhill skis, goggles, and more. Those interested in selling their newer gently used gear can bring up to 10 items to Union South. It's happening from 5 to 8 p.m. December 4th or between noon and 8 p.m. on the 5th. The sale will take place on the 6th and 7th of December.
It's a dog lover's paradise, and a cat lover will be a little jealous. The Wisconsin Dog Fair returned this year at the Alliant Energy Center. Yesterday, the fair showcased over 100 breeds of furry friends. Attendees participated in live demonstrations and seminars from experts. They could also learn how to rescue and adopt.
This is a great opportunity to get educated on not just the different breeds, but we have a variety of different training groups here that can help give you some tips on training. We have a lot of different opportunities for you to learn about the different sports that you can do with your dog, canine good citizen titles, an opportunity to meet capital canines. So just a great opportunity overall.
Wisconsin Dog Fair will return next year.
Oh, look at those pooches.
So cute.
So adorable. Yeah, the cat. You were talking about cat fairs earlier.
Right. Like, where's mine?
Right. How do you think your cat would do at a fair?
Well, you know, he would definitely maybe hide under something. But if he sees a cat that he doesn't like, he's gonna slap him. I'm not gonna lie. He will take his paw out and go. Poof.
Okay, cat fight club.
A cat fight club, and the first rule: we don't talk about
cat
it.
fight club.
Jacob is tracking those temperatures. What's coming up?
Well, we're going to see more cold temperatures today with another chance of snow. So let's take a look at that chance of snow. We're continuing to see that lake effect snow in southeast Wisconsin, but for our area, that's not going to impact us. What could impact us, though, is the potential for some snow showers later tonight. So during the day, just a mix of some sunny skies and cloudy skies. And then once we get to the overnight hours, we'll see some snow showers pass through the area. Mostly light snow, and I don't expect to see much accumulation, maybe a ½ inch at most. And then as we get towards Tuesday morning, a lot of that snow could transition into rainfall as the temperatures warm up during the day on Tuesday. But all the precipitation looks to clear out by Tuesday afternoon, and then we're looking pretty dry for the rest of the work week from there. But I'll have more on the forecast coming up after the break.
All right, Jacob, sounds good. Coming up in your morning sports, Badger Volleyball hosting the Hoosiers, and guess who's back? Charlie Furbinger.
And the Madison Reading Project is kicking off their annual community book drive today. Ahead, our Josh Sprider has more on how you can help some Madison residents curl up with a good book this winter.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
In the 608 this morning, Madison Reading Project kicking off its annual community book drive.
Josh Breider is live at their book center with how you can help them reach their goal. Good morning.
The fun starts right now, guys. Good morning to you. News 3 Now once again proud to partner with the Madison Reading Project and making a difference for families here in our community. Joining us this morning is Rowan Childs, one of our favorite folks. Rowan, good morning to you.
Good morning, thank you.
Yes, community book drive starts now.
Yes.
You are ready to rock.
We are, absolutely. Our team has been really busy getting all the books ready, all our book wish tags ready, all of our sponsors, and all of even communicating with the bookstores to make sure that they are ready for everyone to help participate.
Yeah, you can see some of the bins behind us that will still be going out today for those donations. So for folks that are not aware about what the community book drive is, what is this all about?
Yeah, so obviously kids love books, and families and adults love to gift books to children over the holidays and winter break. And we also want to make sure that those who don't have books at home also receive those books for the holidays and for growing their own home libraries as well. So we raise funds, and we're also looking for new book donations as well to make sure that we can make that happen for them over the holidays. Where usually we'll gift over 15,000 to 18,000 new books in the next coming weeks, and we're looking for the public to help us out. On our website, you'll see all different kinds of ways to do that. We have a fundraiser, and we also have a book raiser, so you can look and see if you want to donate new books via our website, if you want to go to the local bookstores and find out how to do that. They've got gift tags as well, so our book wishes are right on there, so you don't have to look and figure out how to do it that hard. How to do that. So we try and make it as easy as possible. So if you want to go out shopping, you want to do it online, we're there to make it happen for kids, and we partner with all of those different toy giving organizations so that social workers, parents, teachers, there's so many different people that are trying to make sure that kids have gifts for the holidays.
Yeah, and you call this a community book drive for a reason, because it takes a community to pull this off. And
it sure does.
You guys are starting it today, but there are plenty of opportunities and a lot of time to be able to make a difference.
Yes, so we start today. We're doing our book raiser all the way through December 10th, and that's because we want to make sure we've collected all of the books to make sure that we're getting them out through the end of December. Our fundraiser still goes all the way through December because we're still going to be book giving. And all of the rest of the funds and new books that will come in, they're going to be restocking our shelves for the new year.
All right, well, Rowan, thank you so much. Now's the time to make a difference, guys, as we take the big slide right into our community book drive. You see what I did there, Rowan? If you'd like to learn more about what's happening at the Madison Reading Project starting today, you can go to the story up on channel3000.com. This is such a great donation event. We love to be part of it, Chris and Michelle Renee. So get out there, make a difference starting today.
There you go. Can't do it without the community's help. Thank you, Josh.
Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. You can reach out either on social media or email us at inthe608@WISC-TV.com for a chance to be featured.
Well, Jacob, I just saw this. You've been talking about that lake effect snow over near Lake Michigan. Kenosha schools canceled today because of all the snow they're seeing over there. Different story here locally near Madison, right?
Yeah, we're not seeing any snow, but that actually does make sense because right now there's a pretty heavy band of lake effect snow. And, we don't typically see, big lake effect snows near in Wisconsin. But the key with lake effect snow is you could have almost 6 to even a foot of snow in one location, and about 5 miles east or west, or in this case, about 5 miles to the west, you could have no snow at all. That's how lake effect snow works. It's a very wild part of the snowfall season. We don't really see that here in Madison though, and it's most of the time it's on the east side of the lake because typically the winds flow from west to east. But right now seeing that lake effect snow in southeast Wisconsin. But here are the 3 things you need to know for Madison. Cold again today, with a few snow showers overnight, warming up throughout the week though, but today is going to be very cold, 30s for much of the day. We are going to see a mix of sunny skies and cloudy skies with the wind chills staying in the 20s even for the afternoon, but they will get a little bit better for tomorrow. Still a cold morning, but by the time we get to the afternoon tomorrow, we'll see wind chills in the 30s. But before the temperatures warm up a little bit, we are going to see a very cold Packers game with temperatures in the 20s. Some snow is possible, but should stay pretty dry. And here's a look at that current radar. Yeah, area. You can see Kenosha seeing that heavy band of lake effect snow, but it really isn't snowing in Milwaukee, and obviously our area not seeing that snow, and we're not going to see the snowfall today, but we could see that snow later tonight. Just so, again, a mix of clouds and sunny skies today, and then overnight we are going to see more clouds roll in with a little bit of snow passing through. Not expected to see much, maybe a ½ inch at most, but I haven't even shown the accumulation forecast for this snowfall because we really aren't going to see much of it. And then as we get towards Tuesday morning, maybe some lingering flurries in the morning, maybe even some light rain as temperatures warm up. But by the afternoon, we're going to be dry, and then the dry weather is expected to continue for the rest of the work week. Looking at the precipitation chances, this is any rain or snow. And by the time we get to the weekend where the rain chances increase, that is going to be in the form of rain rather than snow because temperatures are going to warm up. So highs will be in the 40s Tuesday, Wednesday, 50s Thursday, Friday, possibly lower 60s on Saturday, and we're also not really expecting much rain during the day on Saturday. Right now it looks like the best chance of rain will be Saturday night into Sunday. Now the rain will cool the temperatures down, but the end of the week, not looking too bad at all.
In your sports news this morning, the Bucks are going to be right here on WISC-TV next Saturday, taking on the Lakers. Last night, though, it was Kevin Durant and the Rockets. Bucks held it down for most of this one. Giannis here with the nice little move to get the basket. Game high 37 for Giannis. Rockets, though, hit a fourth quarter flow. KD would go on a streak, 31 points for him. Houston remained a problem, beating the Bucks 122-115.
To the Badgers now, Wisconsin women's volleyball giving the Indiana Hoosiers a run for their money in the Fieldhouse. Setter Charlie Furbringer returned to the court after missing the last 9 games from an injury. Furbringer going strong in her return, setting the ball just high enough for Carter Booth to send it in low for the kill. Second set, the team setting Mimi Collier up for success as she manages to spike it down. Collier would later go on to get 14 kills on the Hoosiers, then later Alicia Andrew blocking both the ball and the win from Indiana, allowing the Badgers to sweep the Hoosiers 3-0.
Hey, the Pack returning tonight for a major matchup at Lambeau Field.
That's right, set to take on the defending Super Bowl champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. Last year, the Eagles bounced the Packers out of the playoffs, and Green Bay is looking to bounce back from that loss to Carolina. Kickoff at 7:15 tonight on ESPN, or you can listen to it live on Packers.com. We'll have those highlights and reaction tomorrow morning on News 3 Now. Still ahead, a popular children's show is celebrating a birthday today, and new information on a massive spider web surprising scientists.
Coming up in our next half hour, President Trump now announcing a lot of folks could receive some money from the ongoing tariffs. How much he expects most Americans to get.
And before we head to break, here's a look at those gas prices. We'll be right back. Keep it here.
Welcome back. Now, who is this cute little girl? This is actually my dog, who loves the snow.
What's your dog's name?
Summer, ironically. Now,
Summer loves winter.
Disclaimer, this was from a few years ago, but it is the first snow of the year, and thought we should celebrate with the biggest snow lover there is, my dog Summer.
Absolutely.
As you can see.
I mean, her tongue's hanging out.
Yeah.
She looks so
That's a great
happy.
picture. It's a great picture. This is the kind of snow I was hoping for on Sunday morning.
Yeah, I mean,
but we didn't quite see this.
Yeah, and by the time I took her on a walk Sunday morning, there really wasn't much snow left. I mean, there was some in like the grassy areas, but she didn't have that reaction, unfortunately. But she will when the snow does eventually pile up.
Eventually
She'll get there. Well, check it out. Today is Sesame Street's birthday.
Hey, how old?
56 years old. Now, this show was the brainchild of Joan Cooney, and she was a former documentary producer for PBS. She wanted to create the show for preschoolers that was entertaining and educational, and that was all so that she could also help underprivileged 3 to 5-year-olds get ready for kindergarten. So, I mean, were you guys big fans growing up? I know I was.
Oh, yeah, pre-kindergarten, that's what I was watching for sure. I mean, it was different back in the 80s.
Do you remember?
Like, I do remember it. I do remember this, some of those classic episodes. But it's just iconic. Well, what else can you say about Sesame Street?
Yeah, pre-K, I didn't watch it as much. I was watching like Blue's Clues.
You were watching in high school before you went to school? I'm kidding.
Maybe. But, I obviously know about these characters. I mean, you see them everywhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Classic. 1969.
I know.
Wow. Well, check this out. Not for anybody who has arachnophobia out there. A massive spider web at the Greek-Albanian border. This is a huge colony of spiders, thousands of them. Scientists think it's the first time they've ever seen spiders create their own colony.
And let's keep it that way.
Like this.
Like, this makes me want to puke.
I don't blame you.
All right.
I don't like spiders.
Jacob's tracking the next chance of snow right after this. Developing this morning, the Senate inching closer to reopening the government, and the latest on where food share benefits stand in Wisconsin.
And the Packers getting ready for a crucial game at Lambeau, when and where you can watch.
It just gets better and better each time.
Plus, the cold and snow not stopping anybody from getting out and running for the Madison Marathon. We'll tell you the race's best time this year. Good Monday morning, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Chris Stanford.
And I'm Michelle Renee Quinn, filling in for Kyrian Lee.
Boy, it is chilly. I mean, even for me, I know I've been asking for it. Kind of Mother Nature is like, oh yeah, you ready for it? Here it comes.
There it is.
I just kind of get a brisk chill in the air this morning.
I mean, my fingers are still cold. Jacob, what are the temperatures outside? What are people waking up to this morning?
Well, most of the area is in the 20s, and those that aren't in the 20s are actually in the teens. So it is very cold out there. 19 in Juneau, 20 here in Madison. The warmest spot, Prairie du Chien at 24, still very cold. And although we're not seeing a ton of wind, just a little bit of this wind can create some very cold wind chills when the temperatures are cold, around 5 to 10 miles per hour for a lot of the area, which is leading to the wind chills, which are basically the feels-like temperatures in the lower teens and single digits for some areas. So a very cold start to the day, but it is dry for our area. Continuing to see that lake effect snow in Kenosha and really across southeast Wisconsin and parts of Illinois and Indiana. We'll also see a good amount of lake effect snow from that as well. But our area, not expect to see snow today. It will be cold though. 20s in the morning, feels like it'll be in the teens. Afternoon temperatures will be in the 30s, feels like we'll be in the 20s at that point. So it's going to be cold all day, but it's not going to be cold all week. I'll talk more about a warm-up coming up a bit later.
All right, sounds good. We want to get back to the developing news of the morning. The longest shutdown in U.S. government history could be coming to an end this week. Several Democrats breaking ranks overnight and helping Republicans pass a stopgap funding bill.
The chamber is set to work on amendments to it today. It's a compromise between centrist Democrats and Republicans. It does not extend expiring Obamacare subsidies, so many Democrats opposed it, including Senator Tammy Baldwin. Republicans do agree to a vote on the subsidies by early next month.
The bill funding the government through January. It would fund SNAP benefits through September and ensure back pay for federal workers. It reverses recent mass firings and prohibits any more this fiscal year. And this morning, food share funding is in limbo for millions of Americans and hundreds of thousands of Wisconsinites. Friday, states began issuing full monthly SNAP benefits after a federal judge ordered the Trump administration to provide those benefits. And then that night, Supreme Court Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson temporarily pausing that judicial order. Over the weekend, the Trump administration and the USDA ordered the states to take the SNAP money back and undo the move. Governor Evers taking a hard stance on that, saying no. CBS News is reporting the USDA is threatening now to impose financial penalties for states that don't comply.
This as chaos at airports continue. Just in this morning, Chicago's O'Hare Airport closed too many flights overnight because of an early winter storm and a lack of staffing because of the shutdown. This week, situations at airports could worsen as the FAA's current 4% reduction is expected to rise to 6% tomorrow and 10% by Friday. This means thousands of flights a day could get cut.
They changed the flight, then they changed it again. Eventually it got canceled, and when we got to standby, there were like 30 other people on standby.
Yesterday marked the worst day for air travel since the shutdown began. FlightAware says more than 2,900 flights were canceled and 10,000 delayed. Ripple effects because of the FAA's flight cuts.
Taking a live look at FlightAware's misery map. Already today, 1,400 cancellations, a number that could definitely rise. No major impacts at Dane County Regional this morning, but we're keeping an eye on things.
As the story develops and we continue to learn more about the USDA's decision, you can get the latest updates sent straight to your phone with the Channel 3000 News app. It's free. Download it by searching Channel 3000 in your phone's app store. Today, President Trump is expected to hold a historic meeting with his Syrian counterpart. The two have already met 3 times, but this will be the first time they'll meet at the White House. It comes just days after the UN Security Council lifted sanctions on Syria's President al-Assad. He rose to power, taking over the rule of the country's tyrannical leader back in January.
New this morning, President Trump helping his allies convicted of trying to overturn the 2020 election. Trump pardoning his former attorney, Rudy Giuliani, and his former chief of staff, Mark Meadows. The Justice Department spokesperson says he's given them full, complete, and unconditional pardons from federal charges. It also includes Sidney Powell, another former attorney of the president's. Some of the co-defendants also charged trying to subvert Trump's 2020 loss. This pardon explicitly, though, states that it does not apply to President Trump himself.
President Trump announced on social media that the U.S. is generating trillions and will soon tackle its $37 trillion debt because of tariffs. He criticized tariff opponents as fools and promised a $2,000 dividend for most Americans, excluding high-income earners. This follows last week's Supreme Court hearing on his tariff authority.
The markets are moving this morning in off-hour trading. Dow futures are up 0.4%. S&P futures up almost a full point. NASDAQ futures up 1.4% this morning, rebounding from a rough end to last week.
The Goodman Community Center is helping get people ready for Thanksgiving. They're giving back to families, and this year's basket drive starts Sunday, and they need your help. Beginning November 15th, they're looking for food and money to help fill 4,000 baskets. News 3 Now is once again a proud partner, and you can start donating online right now. Go to goodmancenter.org/donate.
Turning now to the Bucks. Next Saturday, they're going to be playing right here on WISC-TV, playing the Lakers. Last night, it was Kevin Durant and the Rockets. Bucks held it down for most of the game. Giannis, he's going to get the ball, make a move. 37 for him on the night. Rockets hit a fourth quarter flow, though. Kevin Durant had 31 points on the night. They would end up taking the lead and hold on to the win. Bucks lose 122-115. Badger volleyball in action last night at the Fieldhouse, hosting the Hoosiers. Setter Charlie Furbinger returns after 9 games out with an injury. Furbinger would get back in the swing of things pretty early here. She would set the ball up there for Carter Booth to knock it down. Second set, team setting up Mimi Collier for success as she manages to spike it down right there. Collier would go on with 14 kills on the night. Later, Alicia Andrew, she's going to step up here and get a key block to block the win from the Hoosiers. Badgers win in straight sets. Women are going to now prepare themselves to take on Michigan State Friday at 6. That game's going to be on Big Ten Plus or on ESPN Madison. We'll have those highlights for you Friday night on News 3 Now at 10.
Tonight, women's basketball will host the Milwaukee Panthers at the Kohl Center. This is UW's 34th game against the Panthers. They've won the past 3 games, but this comes just days after their 62-65 loss against Marquette. Tip-off for tonight's game begins at 6:30. You can catch it on Big Ten Plus. Meanwhile, we're turning to the major matchup at Lambeau tonight.
That's right. The Packers set to take on the defending Super Bowl champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. We tried to forget this last year. The Eagles bounced the Packers out of the playoffs and went on to win the whole thing. Green Bay looking to bounce back from that, I don't know how to say this, a poor loss, a tough loss. There are some words that I can't say on television that I would describe that loss. Anyway, yeah, we lost to the Panthers last week. Kickoff 7:15 tonight, ESPN, or you can listen to it live on Packers.com. We'll have those highlights and some reaction for you tomorrow morning right here on News 3 Now this morning.
In other NFL news, over the weekend, President Trump made history by attending a regular season NFL game between the Lions and Commanders, the first sitting U.S. president to do so in 50 years. Accompanied by Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and House Speaker Mike Johnson, Trump's surprise visit received mixed reactions from the crowd. Before the game, Air Force One flew over the stadium, and during a break, Trump participated in an on-field enlistment ceremony.
Well, the snow and the freezing cold didn't keep folks away from the Madison Marathon yesterday. It kicked off at what seemed like one of the coldest weekends of the year, right? So the freezing temperatures, a little bit of fresh snow out there, and 26.2 miles in front of most of the runners. Full marathon, half marathon, the 10K, an annual tradition on the Isthmus. 7,000 runners turned out.
This was probably my favorite one. I mean, personally, and then as well as just the atmosphere. I mean, I did the Madison Marathon about 3 years ago. It just gets better and better each time, and this one's just, I love it.
It's incredibly awesome. People are so supportive. Everyone's cheering for you, giving you high fives. It really powers you through. It was a great course.
Aaron Arman Rahman, who completed the half marathon yesterday. Some more News 3 Now staffers who ran in the race yesterday are Ellie La Liberté, ran the full. Maddie Heimsch
Ran it with her.
And our digital desk staffer, Corey Moen, finished the full as well yesterday, right?
I believe Corey might have done the half with Arman.
Oh, just the half?
Just the half.
What is that?
Hey,
13
it's
miles?
still a long run. Do not dig that half, okay?
Nice little jog. Fastest time this year, 2 hours, 23 minutes, just 3 minutes shy of the course record last year. Congratulations to everybody who finished.
Congratulations. Good job, you guys. It's a big deal.
Too cold for me. Just too cold.
Yeah, and the only thing running over here is my nose because it's freezing. Jacob Montesano, he's tracking where that snow is landing. What you got for us?
Well, right now the snow is in southeast Wisconsin. And Chris, what you said earlier about how it was the coldest weekend of the year so far, that was absolutely true. But I did have to bring up a joke I've been seeing on Facebook.
All right, let's hear it.
We keep like a lot of people keep saying, oh, it's the first snowfall of the year, first snowfall of the year. And I was like, well, it actually snowed back in January and February, but obviously first snowfall of the season. I think this is more appropriate words, but I'm sure many people know what we're talking about when we say that.
Well, here's the question. I don't know if my microphone's on or not. Does it count as the first official snowfall of the season? Do we get enough for it to officially?
Not a full inch, but yes, we got 0.6 inches in Madison, which would, it's the first snowfall of the season, but we did not get an inch of snowfall, which we averaged that first around the middle to end of November. But as far as the first actual snowfall, we were a little bit early. The average is November 12th, which is Wednesday this week, so we were a few days early in that regard. Now, as we take a look at the current snowfall, we still seeing that lake effect snow in southeast Wisconsin, but that will clear out later in the morning. Again, our area is still not going to see any of that snowfall this morning, but we could see some of that snow overnight. Just some light snow showers passing through. I don't expect to see much accumulation, maybe a half inch at most. I don't expect this to be the first inch of snowfall. That will probably come a little bit later in the forecast, but not over the next 10 days. Now, as we take a look at the Tuesday morning snow and rain forecast, we could see some light rain showers ending the system as those temperatures warm up. Then we'll be dry for Tuesday afternoon with dry weather continuing for really the rest of the work week. And I'll talk more about a warm up throughout the work week coming up after this next break.
Sounds good. 641 coming up. Madison Reading Project kicking off its annual community book drive this morning. How you can help them reach their goal.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
In the 608 this morning, Madison Reading Project kicking off its annual community book drive.
Josh Breider is live at the Book Center right now with how you can help them reach their goal.
Hey, good morning to you guys. If you want to do something wild this holiday season, now is your chance for the community book drive here at the Madison Reading Project. Joining us this morning is Rowan Childs. Rowan, good morning to you.
Good morning, thank you.
Yes, so we are officially kicking off the community book drive. This is such a huge annual event for you here at Madison Reading Project.
Yeah, we're trying to raise funds and new books to make sure that every child and family has new books for the holidays or over winter break. And we need the community's help in order to do that.
So there are plenty of ways to help. What is the easiest way for folks to do so?
Absolutely. On our website, you can find out how to donate funds. Today we're actually launching a $10,000 match, so every donation will be doubled, which is fantastic. You can also donate new books online, and you can, with a couple easy clicks, you can do that. Or you can also go to many of the local bookstores and donate, purchase books there while you're doing your holiday shopping, and make sure that all of your funds stay locally.
And you have a little example of what folks might see out here in the community, too.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this.
Yeah, so whether you're out East or at West Town Mall or at any of the local bookstores, you'll see some of these different wish tree tags that'll be on the holiday tags. You'll see there's an actual book listed with the title. It even has the due dates that you need that the staff have done a really great job designing. You can take the tag and purchase it right then and there, or take it home, and then you can bring it back, or if you purchase it online, you've done your job. And if you buy it on at the store, you can purchase the book and you get to drop it in.
Right into the bin.
Right into the bin, which is amazing. And then all of those new books get collected by December 10th. Because we're going to be really giving out those books continually throughout, really starting at the beginning, from pretty much here out. We'll probably give around 15 to 18,000 new books starting now, and we really need to make sure that we get all those specific books that kids have wished for into their hands.
And that's the biggest reason why you do the wish list, is because you're looking for specific books.
Exactly.
Obviously, donations are great, but you guys want to make sure those donations are right, too.
So we've got lists online, so you know exactly what books we're looking for, or if you donate funds, that's what it's going to be going to as well.
Awesome. Well, this is such a big push, and I mean, you could not do this without the community support.
Absolutely. It's all hands in, and we really can't do this holiday drive without everybody, or really funding us all year round. It's only with everybody participating.
Yeah, News 3 Now is happy to help as well. So, Rowan, thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. And if you'd like to learn more about the community book drive, you can go to this story up on channel3000.com. But for now, guys, I'll say goodbye and send it back to you.
Aw, bye, Josh.
Bye-bye. Hey, Josh is always looking for great stuff to inspire you in the morning in the 608. If you have an idea for him you'd like to see featured, reach out and let him know about it.
Let's check in now with meteorologist Jacob Montesano, ready with your 3 things to know this morning.
Thanks, Michelle. Renee, we are going to see cold temperatures again today with some snow showers later in the night. And throughout the week, we're going to see temperatures slowly warming up. Now, for today, it is still going to be cold, though. Temperatures are going to peak in the 30s. Wind chills are only going to be in the 20s for the afternoon. So really all day, it is going to feel very cold out there. But as we get to the overnight hours, still going to be cold, but not quite as cold as this morning. And that's going to be a good sign of things to come, because by the afternoon, the wind chills will be back in the 30s. I mean, obviously still cold, but better compared to today and yesterday. And then from there, we'll continue to see the temperatures warm up. Now, looking at that Packers game forecast later today, it is going to be cold there as well. Obviously, 20s for much of the game with partly to mostly cloudy skies. Small chance of snow. If it does snow, it shouldn't be too heavy, but definitely dress warm. Good news is that it's not expected to be too windy. Now, looking at the current radar, still dry for much of our area, but still seeing that lake effect snow in southeast Wisconsin. Very curious to see how much Kenosha actually ends up with, because they've been seeing some heavy bands of snow for really the last couple of hours. Now, looking at future track for our area, that lake effect snow will clear out in a few hours. And then for our region, we're going to see partly to mostly cloudy skies, maybe some sunny skies at other points. But then overnight, we'll see some more snow showers move in. This snow is expected to be pretty brief and pretty light as well. Maybe some lingering flurries and even some light rain is possible Tuesday morning after sunrise. But by Tuesday afternoon, we're going to be dry again, and that dry weather will continue through the work week. And looking at the overall precipitation chances, both rain and snow, we're not going to see that return until the weekend. And by the time we get to the weekend, it will be in the form of rain, because we're going to see warmer temperatures, 40s Tuesday, Wednesday, 50s Thursday, Friday, then lower 60s by the time we get to Saturday potentially.
Jacob, thank you. Coming up in the morning sprint, the Supreme Court set to have a busy week. One controversial case they could take up.
And before we go to break, we got a birthday to celebrate. Want to say happy birthday to Lachlan. Happy birthday. Hope you have a great one. We're back with the sprint next. 6:54, time for the morning sprint.
The longest government shutdown in U.S. history might be approaching the end. That's after the Senate voted to advance a stopgap funding bill last night. The agreement is a compromise between centrist Democrats and Republicans. It does not extend expiring Obamacare subsidies, so many Democrats opposed it. The bill funds much of the government through January.
Governor Tony Evers fighting back against the Trump administration directive ordering him to rescind food share payments that went out on Friday morning. In a social media post, Evers responded with a simple no, adding in the caption, pursuant to and consistent with an active court order, Wisconsin legally loaded benefits onto cards, ensuring that many Wisconsinites, including kids, had access to basic food and groceries.
Frustration at airports continues as thousands of flights are getting canceled or delayed. The FAA mandated reduction of flights in 40 U.S. airports, which took effect Friday in an effort to reduce pressure on air traffic controllers. This week, it could worsen as the FAA's current 4% reduction is expected to rise to 6% tomorrow and 10% Friday.
Supreme Court could take up arguments in an appeal related to same-sex marriage. It was an appeal filed by Kim Davis, a former Kentucky clerk who refused to issue licenses based on religious beliefs. It comes as the more conservative court revisits issues initially decided a decade ago. The justices discussed numerous cases in a private meeting last week, but it's uncertain this morning which will be taken up.
The Packers take on the Eagles on Monday Night Football. That's tonight. Green Bay's trying to stay on top in the division after the Bears and Lions won this weekend. 3 Packers receivers are questionable for tonight. Kickoff at 7:15 on ESPN, or you can listen to it live on Packers.com.
And here's a final look at your 10-day forecast. Temperatures slowly warming up throughout the week with 40s for Tuesday and Wednesday, 50s Thursday, Friday, possibly lower 60s Saturday. Will be cold again today, though, with some snow tonight. And, you know, big Packers game tonight. This division is going to be pretty fun the next 2 months.
Yeah, your Bears not looking that bad.
They're in the playoffs right now, 7th seed.
I don't know. A lot of football to play.
I know.
Don't get out of ourselves. CBS Mornings is next.
Thanks for watching. Happy Monday.